Hello and welcome to the 2020-2021 school term. To our student body, today you are lucky enough to begin a one-year journey in a school recognized as being one of the top high schools in the nation. The academic, arts, athletic, and extracurricular programs at Parkland High School are second to none, providing you with the opportunity to truly live the ultimate high school experience. Our staff and administration is committed to excellence in all facets of our school, and we will assist you in any fashion as you strive to achieve your goals. This year will be vastly different compared to any other year we have experienced. To open school during a pandemic has been a tremendous challenge to the administration, and numerous protocols have been established to create the safest possible environment for learning. As students, you play an integral role in the district and school's protocols so we can have school. Just like our staff, prior to leaving your home, you'll be required to complete an online wellness form. If you check yes to any of the wellness form questions, you are instructed to stay home and a school nurse will contact your parent to discuss the situation. Simply put, nobody should come to school if showing COVID symptoms. If you do show up sick, you put everyone at unnecessary risk for exposure, and it could cause the school to shut down. Anytime you are on public Parkland transportation or on school district property, you're required to wear a face covering. Since COVID is a respiratory virus, wearing a face covering significantly reduces the possibility for potential transmission of respiratory vapor. Students will be required to wear their face covering throughout the entire day and only to remove them while seated in the cafeteria while eating during lunch or breakfast. After eating, you must place your face covering back on. The wearing of face covering is not only the governor's order, but is also a health and safety issue for all members of our school community. In addition to practicing safe hygiene practices such as regular hand washing your hands and also remembering not to touch your face, we have several methods to maintain a clean environment. Each classroom is equipped with hand sanitizer and a bottle of disinfectant and paper towels. In your classroom, such as an art classroom or a family consumer science class, you play a pivotal role in keeping the classrooms clean. So just remember that you'll be occasionally asked to keep our desks and areas clear of any unwanted necessary items. Classroom doors will be open as well. Windows will be open when possible to promote efficient airflow. Class sizes rarely have more than 15 students, and specific directions will be shared with you from your teachers regarding dismissal from class and also social distancing in the hallways. Upon arrival to the cafeteria for lunch or breakfast, each student should use hand sanitizer from one of the 7 pumps that are available. The main caf now seats 206 students at 6 feet apart, and another 100 students, also at 6 feet apart, will be around the outside of the cafeteria and the upper gym balcony. Students will follow social distance markings on the cafeteria floor and wear their face covering the entire time they are in the caf unless they are seated and eating. Students who are buying their lunch must remember to have their school ID with them. Remember to put money in your My School Bucks account, as no cash will be accepted. Similarly to last year, students will be dismissed from the cafeteria in an orderly fashion to prevent congestion. Be sure to follow the 6 feet social distancing markings on the floors while in transition and anytime entering the guidance or main offices. You will see that many guidance and attendance forms are now online, so your trip to the offices can be eliminated. Academically, your school year starts tomorrow, where everyone will be either attending Parkland High School or signing on to their teachers' Schoology accounts in alignment with our bell schedule. In other words, even if you are at home studying online or in the M to Z cohort, by 7:40, you need to be game ready to see what your classroom teacher has planned. Last year's e-learning experience is over, and you're going to be working 5 days a week through a variety of instructional deliveries. It is crucial that you establish a schoolwork routine and develop strong communication skills with your teachers. We expect your best, and our staff will do all that they can to help you succeed. The administrative team and I would now like to take a few minutes to review some of Parkland High School's rules and protocols. First and foremost, maintaining a safe and secure school is a priority for each of us, and we take many proactive measures to reduce the potential for incidents. At the start of school, doors will be opened at 7:15 a.m. and students will be able to enter through one of 3 areas only: the main entrance, which is the academics wing, or through the bus areas located on either side of the C wing. All outside doors will be locked and entrances are monitored by camera. Students are not permitted to open exterior doors for anyone, be it a fellow student, staff members, or a parent during school hours. Being that we are all responsible for school safety, students are expected to report to staff members any unwanted persons who may be on campus. All student tips pertaining to school safety issues are encouraged and will be kept confidential. We are committed to a safe environment for students and staff, and your support is both expected and appreciated. We appreciate South Whitehall Township's police commitment to a safe school learning environment, and they are represented by School Resource Officer Tom Bammer, who you will see here on a daily basis. Parkland is also very proud of our diverse student body and the climate it expects all students to maintain, so that all students can be learning in a safe and secure environment. Please understand that speech which is divisive or destructive regarding race, color, religion, ethnicity, sexuality, gender, age, or handicap or disability will result in swift and severe disciplinary consequences. I'd like to thank you in advance for your cooperation on this topic, as we all agree that students who feel safe and secure are most likely to be academically successful. Threats to the health, safety, or welfare of any member of the Parkland High School community are serious and will not be tolerated. It is important for you to know that possession of tobacco, drugs, alcohol, weapons, or lookalikes on your person or in your vehicle while on school property is illegal and will result in suspension and possible expulsion and referral to law enforcement. An area of continuous concern is student bus behavior. Understand that video cameras are recording while you are on Parkland School District transportation. Improper conduct places all student passengers and the bus driver at risk of injury, as well as possible injuring other motorists or pedestrians. It is a privilege to ride the bus, and improper conduct on the bus will be handled swiftly and may lead to a suspension of your bus privilege, as well as potential suspension from school. The administration and faculty at Parkland High School firmly believes that your attendance in class is a critical component to your academic success. You will notice teachers and administrators supervising the hallways and directing students to class. Your cooperation is expected and not an option. If our focus is on learning, then a huge goal is being prepared to learn, and that starts by getting to class early. Students will not be permitted to congregate in large groups, and the expectation is that you will be on time for all classes, including lunch, study hall, and phys ed. In addition, students who cut classes or skip school will face progressive disciplinary consequences and lose potential privileges such as early leave or late start, or driving to school. Any student who compiles 10 days of unexcused absence or 10 class cuts in a specific course may be denied academic credit. At Parkland, we operate our school day making use of one of 4 different bell schedules, which are announced on a daily basis. An A schedule for a regular school day, a B schedule for on days which we need to have a homeroom period, a C schedule which we'll use for early dismissal days, and a D schedule for days with a 2-hour delay. Please note that the daily bell schedule will be posted daily in your classrooms. In your first day of school, you will be reporting to your Period 1 class. And for those of you that are upperclassmen, this may seem unusual, but we will not be running a homeroom period. Students may possess cell phones during the day, but they must remain off and out of sight, with the exception of during lunch. Other than that, students may only use their phones before and after school hours. Texting during class, between classes, in the lavatories, or anywhere else for that matter is strictly forbidden. If directed by the teacher, cell phones may be used for educational purposes. To be extremely clear, your number one priority during the school day is to focus on succeeding in your academic and curricular activities. Our faculty, staff, and administration will be vigilant in reinforcing this focus throughout the year. To maintain this focus, our staff will supervise the building thoroughly, and your cooperation with any adult in the high school will always be expected, whether in the hallway, classroom, study hall, or cafeteria. We want each of you to maximize your educational opportunities, and your cooperation with school rules and regulations will go a long way in helping you to attain your personal goals. I expect each and every one of you to be on time, be respectful, be responsible for your actions. If we do those things, we will have an outstanding school year. I wish each of you tremendous success this school year. Feel free to stop by my office if I can be any assistance to you. Thank you, and have a great year.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Bannock, and I am the Assistant Principal for Curriculum and Instruction here at Parkland High School. While my role here at Parkland is mostly academic in nature, I am here to help all students reach their fullest potential, both in the classroom and beyond. The 2020-2021 school year will be a new experience for all of us as we work to define our new normal amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. While many things will look and feel different, it's important to keep in mind the following. 1, all Parkland students have a Parkland email address, which includes your PHS ID number followed by parklandsd.net. It is very, very important that you access your Parkland email account on a daily basis in addition to your Schoology account. Whether online or in our hybrid program, you will receive many important communications via your Parkland email account throughout the year. So if you haven't used this before or have used it on a limited basis in the past, please get into the habit of using it. You will miss out on lots of important information by not accessing your Parkland email on a daily basis. 2, learning is the most important part of your school day. However, learning only occurs when you're in the classroom, whether it be online or in person. For our hybrid students, if for some reason you do need to leave the classroom, namely to go to the bathroom or to report to an office, you will be utilizing our new e-hall pass system that we are implementing for the first time this school year. Information on how to use e-hall pass will be shared with all students in Schoology this coming weekend. And in addition, you'll be working with your teachers to learn more about this system in the days and weeks ahead. For our students who are solely online, please be sure to log into your Schoology accounts each and every day to connect with your teacher and engage in learning activities. Note that students will have tasks to complete on a daily basis, and a specific task will be required each day that will count for your attendance. Your teachers will be providing more details about this in the coming days. 3, if you need to speak with your guidance counselor, all students, including those online and in the hybrid program, should connect with him or her via email, as this is the quickest way to reach your guidance counselor. If you are in our hybrid program and need to see your counselor on a day that you're in school, please reach out to your guidance counselor via email to schedule an appointment or send a request to meet with your counselor in e-hall pass. As a reminder for our students who are coming to school, no appointment is needed to see a counselor if you are experiencing a crisis. 4, please note that many of the forms that our current 10th through 12th grade students have used or are used to seeing are now solely online. These include the Late Start Early Dismissal Request Form, the parking tag application form, schedule change request form, and the student leave of absence permit form. Please check out the high school's website at phs.parklandsd.org. Click on the About tab at the top, and then click on Forms and Publications to access these frequently used forms, all of which are now online. And finally, at Parkland High School, we value academics and set high expectations for all of our students. We also place great emphasis on academic integrity. Cheating in any way, shape, or form will not be tolerated and will result in an F or a 0 for the assignment, essay, test, project, etc. Your families, assigned assistant principal, and guidance counselor will be notified in any and all cases of cheating as well. This may also result in a student being assigned a WF or withdrawal failure with no opportunity to make up the lost credit. Students may also lose the opportunity to become or remain a part of any of our honor societies as a result of an academic integrity violation. Students and their families should carefully review our academic integrity policy, which is located on pages 23 to 26 in the student handbook for additional information. Students who are in our hybrid program will receive this on Monday or Wednesday of next week. This is, without a doubt, going to be a school year the likes of which none of us have ever experienced before. There will be chaos, uncertainty, fear, and concern. Yet despite these realities, keep in mind that there is one thing that all of us can control, and that is our attitude. As author and educator Charles Swindoll once said, the remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. Despite this year's uncertainties and challenges, choose to keep a positive attitude, as this is what will make all the difference. Thank you very much. Have a safe and productive school year, and go Trojans.
Good day and welcome. Once in the building, you will notice a lot of new signage and tape markings. These were added as guides to assist with social distancing. The B and the D classroom wings will be one-way traffic. Please follow the signs. Hallways with red tape bisecting the hallways are considered two-way traffic. Please stay to the right. Thank you in advance for following the signs. Study hall is a quiet place for students to study and work. When you are in study hall, you must follow the classroom rules and all teacher directives. You are expected to bring assignments that can be completed quietly and remain in your seats so you do not disturb others. You must obtain teacher permission when leaving your assigned study hall area. Students participating in after-school activities must be at their supervised area by 2:40. This includes the library, weight room, detention, or participating in a school-sponsored, adult-monitored club. Students not in a supervised activity must vacate the building and school district property 10 minutes after the dismissal bell. The library will be open after school to a limited number of students each day. You will need to reserve your spot. The library will close at 4:30 on a regular school day, and the library will not be open on Saturdays. Thank you, and make it a great year.
Good morning, and welcome to the 2020-2021 school year. All of you will receive a 2020-2021 student handbook. There's a lot of information in the handbook about important procedures and policies for our school, as well as the Parkland High School Student Code of Conduct. Some important revisions made to consequences in the Code of Conduct beginning this school year are the possibility to lose late start, early dismissal, and driving privileges if you frequently cut class, leave the building without permission, or are consistently late to class. Please review information in the handbook carefully, as you are responsible for knowing and following the expectations it contains. Also, everyone should have received a student activities booklet for this school year. It details the many clubs and activities that we offer here at Parkland High School. Please use this as a resource to help you decide on what clubs or activities you would like to become a part of. As a reminder, any students participating in co-curricular activities before or after school hours are permitted in supervised areas only and must be accompanied by a teacher at all times. If you use the library after school, you must remain in the library until the late activity bus arrives. Students are not permitted to be in the building unsupervised at any time. Thank you, and have a great year.
Hello students, and welcome back. We are very excited to get started with this new school year. My name is Mrs. George. I am one of the assistant principals here. I have some information that I'd like to share with you. All students are required to carry their ID cards and present them when requested. Your ID is very important this year. You will need it for lunch. You will get a new ID on your first day of school. If you do not receive an ID the first day, your picture will be taken on your second day of school and you will receive your ID right away. All faculty and staff are required to wear their IDs at all times. Inappropriate language is not acceptable at any time, in school, during any activities, or anywhere on campus. Eating, drinking, or carrying open beverage containers outside the cafeteria is not permitted at any time for any reason. All cars parked at the high school must be identified with a parking tag. Parking tags are $20 and can be purchased online. Cars must be parked in assigned areas within clearly defined parking spaces. Students are only allowed to park in lots A and B. Students are not allowed to park on the access road. Students must park in designated areas with white lines. The penalty for parking without a parking tag or in undesignated areas will result in disciplinary action. As a reminder, the speed limit is 15 miles per hour. South Whitehall Police have been given access to monitor students' speed. Violators may receive a ticket. Additionally, please observe all crosswalks around campus. And lastly, students may not drive behind the building during dismissal. Textbooks are on loan to you and are property of the school. Students are responsible for any damage while on loan and will be fined. Students should report stolen books immediately. Failure to do so will result in the student being financially responsible. Thanks again, and we're looking forward to a great school year.
Good morning, and welcome back to school. At this time, I would like to review some policies and procedures, attendance, late start privilege, and the early dismissal privilege with you. By law, you must attend school. If you're under 18 years of age, on the 4th day of a legal absence, you may be cited by the magistrate and will be fined up to $500. If you're 18 or over, in addition to the aforementioned, on the 10th day of a legal absence, you may lose credit for the entire year. Study hall is a quiet place for students to study and work. When you're in study hall, you must follow the classroom rules and all teacher directions. Bring assignments that can be completed quietly and remain in your seats so you do not disturb others. You cannot leave the study hall without a pass or teacher permission. All cafeteria study hall students must stay in the assigned area. Seniors, juniors, and sophomore students are eligible for late arrival or early dismissal privileges when their study halls are aligned appropriately. This privilege will not be granted until the late arrival or early dismissal form is completed with the appropriate parent signature. Students granted late arrival or early dismissal should not be on campus earlier than 10 minutes prior to your first class or 10 minutes after your last class and must have guaranteed transportation. Students found in the building unsupervised will have this privilege revoked and will be rescheduled for study hall. Late arrival privileges may be suspended during keystone testing periods and when other school-wide events require this change. Sports participants who have after-school practices should not request early dismissal. Please remember that proper school attire is required at all times, but just as a reminder, tube tops, off-the-shoulder tops, spaghetti straps, strapless, halter, backless, and tank tops are not permitted. The tank top exclusion applies to the gentlemen as well. Tops must cover your entire midriff section. Dresses, skirts, and shorts should cover 3/4 of the thigh. Drug and alcohol-related apparel is strictly prohibited, along with any clothing that is obscene, profane, or vulgar. Headgear of any kind may not be worn once you enter the building. No undergarments should be visible. This includes boxer shorts, underwear, and bra straps. In the event of a dress code violation, your parents will be contacted to bring in a change of clothing. Thank you, and have a great year.
My name is Mr. Monahan, and I am the instructional supervisor. My office is located in the library. In an effort to be more paperless at Parkland High School, we have added various documents to our website. The first document is the Student Leave of Absence Permit. It can be found in 2 locations. First, go to the high school website, go to Parents, and PHS Attendance Department. The Parkland School District recognizes that unusual circumstances sometimes require a student to be absent from school for a medical appointment, court appearance, an important family event, or an educational trip. While we strongly discourage making appointments during the school day, if you need to leave school, you must follow the following procedure in the days prior to your planned absence. First, obtain the Student Leave of Absence Permit form on the high school website. Download this form and fill it out completely. You can then send the completed form to your attendance secretary. Mrs. Jennifer Rosa is the 9th and 10th grade secretary at rosaj@parklandsd.org, and Miss Jane Landis is the 11th and 12th grade secretary at landisj@parklandsd.org. With it, you can also send your appropriate supporting documents. Supporting documentation could include the following. If taking a trip, please scan and email a proof of travel, such as a flight itinerary that shows date of travel along with name of parent or guardian. If going to a doctor's or dentist appointment, secure a note from the office. If attending another appointment, such as a college visit or a court-related matter, please provide a note from your visit or appointment. If the permit is for a partial day's absence, you must sign out at the attendance office prior to leaving the building and present your copy of the permit to the attendance secretary. Parents or guardians requesting an early dismissal without an emergency permit will be required to sign their student out at the attendance office and provide a picture ID and must be listed on the student's emergency information record. The other documents that are available by going to About and the Forms and Publications. The first document is the Late Start and Early Dismissal Google form. Please read through the guidelines before completing this form. You must sign in with your Google account to fill out the form. The final form is the Parking Permit form for students. There is a $20 fee payable by cash or check made out to Parkland High School that can be dropped in the main office. Again, you must sign in with your Google account. If you have any questions, you can feel free to ask any of the secretaries in the main office, and they would be happy to assist you. Thank you, and have a great year.